Greetings and salutations, everyone. My name is Featherhoof.
And this is Carnage Panda.
And we are back once again for Anime Talk for week 10, I believe, of
It's
anime.
week 17.
Week 38.
Yes.
Well, we've watched our favorite 5 of the week once more, or the season once more. Things were more or less the same, but we're going to really discuss and get into the weirdness that was this week. Things that continue to confuse us, things that brought us back to our childhoods, and things that just wrecked our faces.
But before we get started on that, I just wanted to talk about the storms that are going out there. And I do realize, well, we both realize that by the time this goes up, that shit has probably gotten real. I did expect, and I talked to Featherhoof about this because there was a typhoon that went through Japan recently.
Yeah.
And I expected there to maybe be delays in the anime. Maybe we'd have to do a double week, but there is only one show that was delayed, and that was Hanebado, and that was non-typhoon related, actually.
Yeah.
It was an earthquake. So, anyway, stay safe, and I hope everybody's doing well out there. I know that by the time that this video goes up, if you're in that area, you're probably not watching this due to what I'm seeing on the forecast just getting worse each time. And at this rate, I'm just expecting them to say that there's going to be T-Rexes falling from the sky with laser guns in their hands. And that is actually a real expectation from me.
I wouldn't expect anything less from your expectations.
Anyway, let's get into it and talk about what we actually saw and what confused us and enlightened us this week.
Coming in at number 5 this week, once again, is Hanebado. Because what is going on in this series right now? What is happening?
Well, I want to say that, even though this is at the bottom of our list, I did not find this as offensive as last week's because that was just out there, just completely. This is about the boys, which we've been criticizing this show. Why are the boys even in the show? They've never played a game, but
No, they've played games. We've never got to see them.
They've both played and haven't played games. They are the Schrodinger's badminton players.
Schrodinger badminton?
Every time they've played a game, it has been off-screen, and they have been defeated.
Yes. So...
And this week, we actually get to see one of the guys play a game.
Well, no, we got to see both of them. Well, we got to see one win.
Yeah.
And we get to see, and he's apparently really good. He's like the Arigake of the dudes, or the Ayano of the dudes. And he apparently does so well, he kicks the shit out of people off screen. We get to see like the final point, and that's about it. Meanwhile, it's still focusing on the one boy, the shorter of the two boys, who apparently is the one who got from the sounds of it, he's gotten about half of the badminton club interested in joining badminton in the first place.
He definitely got the one girl to join.
And the brother and sister.
Well, I must have missed that part. I wasn't paying attention or something.
Yeah. So they really... The good part of this episode, and why it's a little less offensive than the last one, is that there was actually badminton in it. And it was the one boy, the shorter of the two boys, the one who's always practicing and has no periphery vision whatsoever. Because, a girl can stalk him right behind him and he just will never turn around to notice.
And that's the really, really confusing part about this episode.
This little chick is so confusing me.
I don't know how to put this into words, really. It's just... she's interested in this boy, and then... how did this fail?
I don't understand. She's in a bad mood the whole episode, and even she says, it's like, I just feel frustrated, and even I don't know why. It's like, well, apparently because the writers suck. But, and it's like, she's like,
she wants to confess her feelings to this boy because she's got a crush on him or whatever.
Or did.
Or
there's a lot of past tense used there.
Yes, there's very much some past tense being used there. She's like, I liked you. And that's why we were really confused. She liked him, and then she goes off on like a tangent about how she likes badminton. And he's like, cool.
Yeah, she walks away, and it's just sort of like... And he's left with the face that we, the audience, have, going...
It's like, what?
What? What? Just imagine badminton's rackets were in our hands. Because that's what he had, a badminton racket in his hand. It was up in the air, just sort of... What?
And... Oh. Did you have anything else you wanted to add about the weird relationship we have going on here?
No, because there's nothing really to add. It makes no sense. It comes completely out of left field. I had no clue this entire anime that she had a thing for him. At all. I think they shared a few scenes together, but there was no chemistry there. They were just talking like classmates. So it's really confusing. And meanwhile, we got this, like, Ayano's being distant with her mom, justifiably. And Aragaki's deciding whether she's actually going to fight Ayano in the finals. And Ayano's, like, the whole episode is being the uber bitch towards her, egging her on and poking fun at her, and, oh, it doesn't matter, even if your knee was at 100%, you still wouldn't be able to beat me.
Yeah, so we're getting this build up to the match between Aragaki and Ayano. Which Ayano is probably gonna win, I guess.
Yeah.
This is my best guess because she is badminton god.
Yeah. The psychotic badminton god.
And the force is with her. At least the dark side.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's really nothing to say. Like, people are trying to talk Aragaki out of not doing it. It's like, hey, you're already in the or the nationals. You have nothing to prove. You're already going to the nationals. You don't have to do this match against Ayano and risk blowing out your knee, because apparently it's like mirroring what happened to their coach, the dude who was up for the Olympics, and he's like, don't do it. And then Riko's like, don't play the game, and everyone's told not to do it. And in the end, she just basically just says, fuck all y'all, I'm gonna do it. Because Ayano's being a bitch. Well, actually, it's more like, I'm doing it for me. Because when I fought her during the flashback in the first episode, I just gave up. And I gotta fight against that former version of me. And keep going, or some philosophical mumbo-jumbo.
Yeah, so what I want most is for Hanebado to get back to just being where it's strong at, which is actually badminton.
Yeah. Because the badminton match that happened this episode was a good match. You know, despite its outcome, it was actually fun to watch. Then, because the boy's opponent was just kind of fun. Yeah, got one!
The opponent was kind of like a clown at the beginning. Like, we couldn't figure out if he actually knew how to play badminton. Because he was screwing up so bad, but he, like, wins 2 matches and eliminates...
pretty handily.
The one boy who I guess... was supposed to be better than the other boy, but he's not in this episode.
I don't know.
But I hope they get back to badminton, because that's where the show is strongest at. Animating these matches and playing up this psychodrama on the actual court.
Yeah, speaking of psychodrama, and then the way the episode ends, and it further just makes you go, what? Is Ayano and her mom are brushing their teeth together. Apparently they don't rinse in Japan. She just spits it out and walks away. And Ayano's mom's like, hey, when this is all over, want to leave Japan with me? And
cliffhanger.
And then Ayano has this, like, the psycho look goes away, and she, like, goes back to, like, you know, normal Ayano look, where she's, like, almost like she's touched or something. Like, Mom wants me to go with her.
She kind of forgot about her whole stick of
abandoning
screw mom.
Yeah. And so it's, again, just adding to further confusion here, and it's just like, I don't even know where you're going anymore, Hanebado. I was really starting to get into the show until these past 2 episodes.
Yeah, I would want to see more of this show if they continued with the actual badminton.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, at least one of the character designs we've seen from the manga,
Oh God!
which is probably not going to be covered.
No.
Is some chick dressed up in some commando garb with birdies on bandoliers and stuff, and it just looks insane. Like, I would want to see that. Like,
Yes.
there's so much characterization there, but we're getting this weird.
I don't even know what to
love
call it.
Whatever, and okay. Please correct this in the next episode.
Yes, please. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens next time. But for now, we got to get ourselves moving on.
Okay, coming in at number 4 this week, we have Cells at Work, and it's back in fine form.
Oh yes,
even
absolutely.
though the plot is still all over the place.
What plot? Cells at Work doesn't have plot. It's an episodic.
It's supposed to go from point A to B to C to blah blah blah, and this goes from A to Z to W to
Really?
Q, and
I was able to follow it fairly simply. It was.
I'm talking about how the episodes are ordered.
Oh yeah.
But I really enjoyed it this week.
Yes, I did too. It was actually a lot. It was far greater than the Cells at Work babies that last episode was. But mostly because we got more platelets this episode.
Yeah, the platelets are actually
Yes.
back after being forgotten for the entirety of the season.
The past 7-8 episodes. I think they got like one highlight in episode 2, I believe it was, and since then they've been practically just like showed up as like as
It's
a
just
still.
a shot of
Yeah.
a still of the platelet, and you don't get much more than that.
Yes, but the platelets are back.
They've actually got lines.
Yep.
They move around, and they're cute.
Yes.
Is all hell.
Adorable as fuck. Adorable AF. AAF. And
So they bring back a villain that was previously there
Staphylococcus.
back in episode whatever.
That was the same episode as the other the platelet episode. Episode 2.
Yeah, that's very true. Because they do some callbacks with the fibrin and everything.
Yeah, but let's see. This episode starts with I love it. It's like I do love that's like the foreshadowing though, because like Brett Bloodcell's all like, she's got command of herself now. She's not getting lost. She's actually doing her job properly.
Not lost until the next episode, I bet.
Yeah, probably. And it's like she's like the one of her other red blood cells is like, oh, you've grown up so much. And she like, what is she like super serious?
Yeah.
She's like, I've grown so much. And it's like, he's like, you sure you don't want me to come with you and make sure you're like, it's like, okay, well, just make sure if any danger happens, you run away from it. He's like, what kind of red blood cell runs towards danger? And it's like the opening credits happens. The moment the opening credits end, she's in danger and running from it. Like, new type of germ is there, and she gets stuck at a dead end, and what was it? Monocyte comes in and saves her?
Yes, the monocyte, and I absolutely love this scene because he comes to her rescue,
Oh god.
and he's got like some chemicals on his back, but
He's got like
the
a
monocyte chooses to use his fists, like the killer T cell,
yes,
and he
beats this
just
thing
kind
down.
of goes overboard and just.
Well, what I found funny was it immediately goes and it grabs the germ by the throat, and then proceeds to attack its tail. It's like bat, 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 just over and over in its tail. It's like, what, why? Why the tip of the tail? Why?
So this kind of reminded me of that scene from Ninja Slayer from animation, like the very first episode where the ninja's just talking, and the guy just punches him, and then like each time he tries to talk, he just punches him again. And they just overdo it, but it's just hilarious. Like,
Well, but the way I love that he finally kills the germ is after he's knocked the germ out, like laid it out, he just proceeds to casually, just spray it with whatever chemicals on his
Yeah.
back, as if he's watering a garden. Just, and the germ calls out, "Oh, I am dead!"
another like Ninja Slayer thing, he was reciting his death haiku.
So it was fun to introduce the introduction of the monocyte because suddenly white blood cell comes out of a grate from the sewer. It's like,
Yeah, he's
target sighted!
He's definitely ready to murder this guy. He's gonna put it out with misery.
But it's already dead.
I was half expecting him to actually go in, and stab the thing, you know? Like, they should have done that.
Yes. So the monocyte has like a weird, like, because it's dressed in like a hazmat suit but with a gas mask, and it like has this weird modulated voice, and it's just strange.
I don't think the monocyte actually says any dialogue. Just kind of like.
Well, it sort of did at one point. It during the where they said cells at work between the commercial breaks. When it came back from commercial break, the monocyte did it.
I must have missed that.
Yeah, they say think
with
about
all those commercials that we're watching.
Yeah, but so a lot of it kind of follows Red Blood Cell walking around and starting to notice these monocytes. Like, oh, look, there's monocyte. Oh, look, monocyte. And it's like just doing everyday things. It's like sleeping in a foot sauna or whatever that was, a foot hot spring. And
yeah, it was like a hot spring, but you only put your feet in there, which is just weird.
Yeah, and drinking tea and just putting itself up against the wall, and suddenly it's a night trap, and the wall just.
Yeah, it knows all the secret passages around there. And there's like one of the monocytes, maybe it was the one in the beginning, just kind of walks away in a really loopy manner. He's like da 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 da.
But it always makes
right
sure
after murdering that.
Yeah, but it always makes sure to give you a reassuring thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
And then Staphylococcus
Aureus.
Aureus?
Aureus.
Aureus?
Yes.
Staphylococcus aureus shows up, a bunch of them.
Staphylococcus Uranus.
Shows up with like a bunch of them, and I did not know this. They explained because Staphylococcus actually forms the super 10-hit combo where they form into Mega Staphylococcus, and apparently Staphylococcus means grape-like or grape formation.
Yeah, I guess that's what it translates to.
I did not know that because the different Staphylococcus form into a grape formation, which then merges into a giant Staphylococcus.
Didn't you say if they showed a show like this when you were a young child that you would have paid attention in school more?
A little bit, yeah. I absolutely would have. So, the white blood cells are getting wrecked. They're just absolutely getting wrecked until the monocytes show up. It's like army of monocytes with very familiar weapons. And there's a reason for that. For those who remember, I think it was the bacteria episode, the flu episode.
I don't remember which episode it was.
I believe
it's all a blur now.
It's the one with the zombie episode.
Oh yeah, the zombies with the naive T-cell.
Yeah, because if you remember that episode, you remember the weapons that these monocytes are suddenly using. Because apparently when a monocyte leaves the inner wall of the blood vessel or something like that, or is introduced to the outside world of the blood vessel, it undergoes a transformation into... What were they called again?
Macrophages.
Thank you. I knew that word. I was just letting him say it. That's all. Because it's like monocyte turns and has the high-pitched girl voice of the fucking macrophage, whips off the mask, and there they are on their pretty glory. And the Staphylococcus start unmerging because ones are just like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yeah, they're like, these macrophages are really tough, but I can't help thinking of this as an online gaming experience.
Oh god, no, not another anime based on an online gaming experience, not another one.
That's not where I was going.
Okay.
But this seems like if you're playing competitive multiplayer,
okay,
that the monocyte becoming the macrophage is something that would get you banned. This seems like a hack.
I can see that. So yeah, and then the macrophages just sort of pretty handily destroy the Staphylococcus.
Yes, they were very fabulous at it too.
There was a lot of posing, a lot of magical girl posing, and yeah, that's pretty much about it. That's pretty much the episode, unless.
Yeah, there's really not much more to add.
it was just fun. It was just kind of fun to watch.
It was really fun. I just wish that they'd gotten the watch order a little different.
Yeah, that's part of the problem with the show in general.
These episodes need shuffled around a little to become more coherent.
Yeah, and to sort of actually, they don't ramp up properly. Like all of a sudden, suddenly one episode is like severe problem, and the next episode would be like, some flashback thing, and then that's inconsequential, and it's all over the place.
And like next week we're getting heat exhaustion or whatever.
Oh, heat stroke.
Yeah, heat stroke.
Which I'm looking forward to that. That actually looks neat. But I'd like to see that. That seems neat to me. But so sounds like like I said, it was cute, it was funny, but we give it 12 A+s because there were more platelets. Yes.
I just can't wait to the episode when they do projectile vomiting.
That'll be interesting to see how they would even. I mean, think of it, sneezing is already a missile barrage. So what would projectile vomiting be?
They're just gonna have to break out the nukes. Just gonna have to break them out.
So we'll be back hopefully next week. Maybe they'll brought out the nukes. Who the fuck knows? But until then, we're gonna go ahead and talk about the next entry on our list. And number 3 on our list is Dropkick on My Devil, where it sort of just picks right up where the last one left off. Only apparently it's Joshi-chan has actually failed to realize her problem or fix anything 17,711 times. She apparently counted. I would have lost counts way before then. But she has that shit memorized. She's got that down. And she finally decides she's going to try and do something to change history.
She's just dumb at this point. She cannot win at the gambling, and she just keeps doing it because she thinks she's going to get a big payout.
Yep.
And obviously the odds are not in her favor.
No. Well, what's funny is that she's repeating history. She's fucking repeating history. She repeated it 17,711 times. It's going to happen the same way every time.
She's just a masochist.
Apparently. So she finally gets in her head to change history. So it's not going to happen again. So her grand scheme somehow is, this is going to fix everything, is to get Medusa and go to the bank to withdraw money.
Uh-huh.
Yep. To which we got Medusa screams, like, Joshi-chan, robbing a bank won't solve anything. To which we got the greatest screen cap of all time.
Yeah, so we got this ensemble cast. Well, it was just 4 characters.
Yeah.
They did a Payday reference here.
Payday 2.
Yeah, with
Joshi,
Urine, Joshi, Medusa, and
was it Minos?
Yeah, Minos. all dressed up with the masks on, and
it was perfect.
Yeah.
So,
you know what? I didn't even expect to see something like that because they're usually just referencing Japanese stuff in this, and
the Japanese play video games.
Their own games.
Some Western games.
Like Payday.
Maybe.
But they don't go there to rob the bank.
Well, that's what I find funny, because right after they do the Payday splash screen, they're the fucking hostages!
Yeah, they're the hostages because some dudes are robbing banks. Robbing the bank that they're at.
And I get it. I got such a kick out of this scene. This scene cracked me up so fucking hard. Medusa's like, Joshi-chan, you gotta use your dropkick to save the day. And Joshi-chan's like, fuck that, I ain't saving. No, I put. Was it demons are still susceptible to bullets to the head? And
I don't even get this because after all the things that Urine's done to her,
yeah,
she's afraid of getting shot in the head.
Apparently, and so she's like, I ain't doing it. If you want to do it, go right ahead.
This seems like one of those convoluted things, like you can only kill zombies by chopping off their heads. Ninjas can only kill ninjas.
Yeah.
It's just what?
So this is my favorite scene. Jushin-chan's like, well, Medusa, if you want to put your life at risk, you go right ahead. And it sort of goes through each person in turn, all the other people in the bank, and they're all having immediate problems. Everyone is having an immediate problem. Like, one woman's going into fucking labor, one dude's gotta go to the bathroom, and then someone's having some kind of problem right then and there. So Medusa's like, I'll save the day! And she walks over, she's in public, she's got the bag over her head, whips it off, and is like, guys, could you look into my eyes right now? And they fucking do like idiots. And turns them to stone, she saves the day. And everyone's like, yeah, you did it! The woman who was going to labor, my brand new baby's safe because of you! And the guy who had to go to the bathroom was like, I couldn't wait any longer, and stands up, and his trousers have this, like, balloon, like, water balloon bulge in the front.
Yeah, I don't even understand that one, because you just expect to see a wet spot, and
No.
he's this bulge of just what?
Of gross, just sitting there in the front of his pants. And it's just, everyone's like, it's a hilarious scene. I love the whole fucking scene. We even got a cameo from our favorite psychopath cop. And apparently, like, somehow I didn't see
two
the.
cameos from her later in the episode.
You'll have to remind me. I don't remember.
I will.
But it's great because, like, I don't see the connecting bridge, but somehow Jushin-chan gets arrested after taking credit for saving the day to the Psycho Cop after she just finished having inner monologue about, I'll let Medusa have this one. And she's getting her ass beaten, thrown in the cop car, but then celebrating like, yes, I changed history! And then it just sort of goes on from there.
Well, I think she deserves to be happy that she changed history and got out of the time loop of being an idiot, gambling away Medusa's money.
So then it shifts over to Minos, who I guess has a job delivering milk, which I'm not going to ask where she gets it from, being a minotaur that she is.
We all know what's going on here.
I think we're fully aware. I'm just not going to ask.
But she is like the best deliverer of milk ever.
She apparently is like, she's like, yes, I delivered in 1 second faster than yesterday. Soon, I'll be at 0 second delivery time.
Which, how is that?
I don't know.
That just reminds me of that mini game for Final Fantasy X that you have to do and get 0 seconds at it.
Oh, I hate that. I hated that so bad.
Everybody hates it.
We all do, yes. But it's basically this next like third of the episode is about how Minos is far more popular with everyone than Jushin-chan, and Jushin-chan's jealous about it. So, but it didn't really go anywhere. It didn't really do anything. It's like Minos is popular, Jushin-chan is jealous. The end.
Yeah.
Unless you can remember some kind of conclusion. I'm honestly racking my brain here.
It really didn't go anywhere, and I don't know what they were aiming for that one.
Yeah, there's just like some boys who were like, Minos, you want to come play these card game with us? And Minos like, sorry guys, I didn't bring my cards with me. Suddenly Jushin-chan's there, and he's like, I got my cards, I'll play with you guys. And like, no, we're good. We're good, thanks. And then I think one boy comments about how he'd rather play with Minos and her boobs, like multiple times. Like Minos' breasts are brought up like at least 2 or 3 different times in the random mumblings and the subtitles underneath, and it like I said, it didn't go anywhere. So, and then the final arc was Jushin-chan and Urine go. Urine asks Jushin, "You hungry for ramen?"
Well, yeah, the ramen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're hungry for ramen, aren't you?
He's like, no, I think I want rice. You're hungry for ramen. I can see it. You're fucking ravenous for ramen right now, aren't you?
Yeah, so Urine successfully bullies
Well, and successively. I'm pretty sure this has happened multiple times.
Successfully bullies Joshin-chan into eating ramen.
Yes. And,
Which, they go to a ramen restaurant that pepperoni is a...
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. The other
waitress
angel.
at or whatever.
Corono, Paparone,
It's
whatever.
Poperon, but
Oh,
I'm just
Poperon.
going to call her pepperoni because...
I coined the phrase. All right. And nobody knows that she's an angel in there. Everyone just thinks that she's an aspiring...
She's an aspiring idol, which is just the same thing as a pop star over here.
Yeah.
And
And
they want to protect her because of that.
yes, Joshin-chan keeps threatening her life. Urine's never met her before. And it's like, what the hell's your problem? Yeah, like to Joshin, and Joshin's like, I'm gonna kill her, I'm gonna destroy her this time, and everyone's like, you don't touch. What were the name? Her fake name?
I actually don't remember the fake name.
Like, don't touch our pop idol. And so she's not. She can't touch her, but she's like, I'm gonna prove that she's actually. What was it? Paparon?
Pepperoni.
Paparon. And
She says her name. And
yeah, it's like she's like, Paparon, can I get a refill? She's like, coming right up. It's like, shit. Damn it.
Yeah, so she got baited pretty hard there and fell for it, and Joshin-chan's trying to go in for the kill, and Urine's like, you're ruining everything. I'm trying to eat ramen here. Settle down.
You're ruining ramen time.
So yeah, ramen time is a very serious matter in the Urine household.
Yes. So they leave, and Urine sort of like acknowledges, I know you're not human.
You're not putting one over on
Yep.
me.
So, yep, you're not human. Bye! And just leaves. And again, it didn't really go anywhere, but it was like, I don't know if we're doing it justice. The episode was actually quite hilarious, but I mean, a lot of it didn't
Yeah,
really kind of go anywhere.
You can't be told about Joshin-chan. You actually have to witness it.
You have to experience it. But was there another story arc, or was that all three
Yeah,
story arcs?
there were like two more. There
was? Okay, refresh me.
There's the one where Joshin-chan eats Urine's pudding. And
Oh, yes.
I'm confused as to their definition of pudding because this kind of looks like flan to me.
It actually looks like flan to me as well. And I remember the other story bit and the other cameo by the police chick now. But go on, you go ahead.
Yeah, so Joshin eats her flan, and then she comes back,
Oh yes.
recognizes that she's eaten her flan, and then Joshin-chan's like, no, there's an invisible person here. And then she tries to pretend like she's fighting this invisible person, and she's kind of getting her ass kicked by it.
Yep.
And then, like, she's like, it got away, and Urine's like, you're not fooling me.
I love it. She's like, if only you had actually told the truth. The worst that would have happened is that you'd have to replace it. But now that you've insulted me and my intelligence, and all of a sudden it's like she's like mid-sentence and like ding bong. It's like, oh, my package has arrived. It's like, oh, what did you order? Oh, an Iron Maiden. Just a fucking Iron Maiden. Because that's those are the things you can order on Amazon apparently.
How is this legal?
I don't know, but it ends with Urine throwing her in the Iron Maiden and then going, "You better come out of there before you run out of blood," as if she has a choice.
And she looked like she delighted in every moment of it, too.
Yup. And then we got really confused because the end credits
Yeah,
rolled.
the end credits rolled, and we're like, yeah, the episode's over, and then
Yeah, he goes to check his anime discords. I stand up, I'm stretching, and all of a sudden we're just like, what?
like, wait, what? There's
It's
still
just-
like 5 or 6 minutes left in this episode?
And it's like, what the fuck? And suddenly we're in a zombie
We're
apocalypse?
in a zombie apocalypse, and Joshin-chan and Medusa are being chased by zombies, and they're trying to get away.
Then Minos shows up, and the three of them are trying to get away. And why Minos just doesn't body check them all, I don't fucking know. Because she's apparently like fucking mega strong. But then they get to like Oh yeah, they get to a door to which Josh and Sean just trying to rip open, like pull open, until Urinate just sort of, idiot, it slides.
No, I want to talk about that one part before.
Oh, okay,
where they find the axe.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Okay, so they find the axe, and I've like started playing through The Last of Us again, and
oh yes.
one of the absurdest things that I've noticed about this game is that there's an axe weapon and a machete weapon in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a mechanic that you can put scissors on things.
Yes. Oh yes.
which makes your melee weapon an instant kill, but the machete and the axe are already instant kill weapons.
Yep.
And you're taping. Okay, so you're taking your machete and you're just taping scissors onto it, which, come on.
Yes. So, when they went into like a locker room?
Yeah, so they went into a locker room and they both got into the locker because this is a really wide locker.
Yeah, apparently it's like a fucking huge locker. So as they both go in, I've seen that in other animes. It's like where multiple people get inside a locker. I always think to myself, how the fuck are they doing that? Apparently the Japanese have huge lockers.
This is Joshin-chan, and we can't take any of this stuff seriously.
Yeah, good point. So they're hiding in the locker when a zombie comes in. It's the zombie of the police chick who's obsessed with Joshin-chan, or Orochimaru as she calls her.
It's Orochimaru.
Fucking Orochimaru. And it comes up like it's totally a xenomorph scene from Alien Isolation.
Mm-hmm.
Because he comes up and like looks at the grill of the locker and doesn't sense anything, so starts to walk away. And they're all like, oh. And it's suddenly, boom! As it comes back and like slams into the locker.
You know what? I guess this episode was just replete with video game references.
Kind of was, yeah. And that's when Minos was introduced, right? Minos kills her.
She kills the. When she kills her, and then they start running off, and that's where they meet Urinate at the top.
At the door that Urinate's trying to pull open, but it just says slides.
Yeah, it's a slide. She's like, it's a sliding door. Why are you trying to pull it open?
And they push past Joshin-chan, and she's to get in the door, and she's being swallowed by the horde of zombies.
Yeah, Urinate kind of blocks her from getting in, and she gets taken by the horde.
Yep. And then it is revealed it was all a dream.
Yeah, it was all a dream, and it wasn't really happening.
But apparently
this is because of Urinate
pulling a prank on her?
Yeah.
It's like, apparently it's like instead of putting the person's hand in warm water to make them piss themselves, if you put warm water at their feet.
Yeah, it's like if you put like a rag or something with warm water. I don't even understand this.
The subtitle that explained it went by like really fast.
Is this some Japanese superstition or something?
I don't know. Apparently,
I've never heard of this.
Like putting water on their feet gives them nightmares. I don't know. I've never heard that. In my 30-something years of life, I've never heard that once.
I'm going to go home and try this, actually.
Please do, and report back. I want a scientific document by the end of next week.
I will document this, and I'm sure it's going to fail, but I will try.
Yes. So that was Dropkick on My Devil, an incredibly funny episode, because Joshin-chan is a complete utter fuck-up, and always will be. So,
and I love her for that.
Yes, we do. So, with that, we're going to move on to our next entry in the list.
Moving on to our next entry is going to be Review Starlight, which is concluding the Banana-chan arc.
Yes, Banana-chan she's trying to desperately, one last time, trying to figure out what has diverted her grand scheme of her temporal loop. And she's come to the conclusion, it wasn't Akari. It wasn't Akari at all. It was Karen. Something about Karen changed. And she's not happy about that. Not one bit.
And I'm actually surprised that they wrapped this up. There's, 3 episodes left still?
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. I thought this was going to be like the I thought Banana-chan was going to be the big bad, the thing that they're going to stop in the end.
Yeah, I thought this whole thing with Banana-chan was going to go all the way up into the last episode, but they have wrapped it up in this episode, and Banana-chan is moving on. She has found her closure.
Yes. It's actually, and one of the things that this show so beautifully does is following Banana's path here, her emotional and psychological path, as she starts still wishing to protect everyone. As she calls it, protecting everyone. But even she acknowledges by the end, it's her own selfish desire, her own selfish fears of not wanting to move on.
Well, she was protecting everybody because Jeffrey is kind of a bastard and stealing people's shine.
Well,
and just to fuel the wish of the top winner.
Yeah, but the thing is that I think she was using that as an excuse. Like, the way this episode portrayed it to me made it feel like she's using that as an excuse to not move forward ever, to stay right here in her happy moments.
We do have that because she definitely doesn't want to move forward. They're throwing a lot of shade at her. They don't realize it.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the episode, they're like, "Oh, we got to move on to the next one, and it's so beautiful and everything." And Banana-chan's just kind of sitting there, taking that really hard.
Yep.
She doesn't want that to ever end. The year that she's repeating over and over again.
The happiest moment of her life, where everyone, she had all her friends had her, and they had the best performance they've ever had. And all the feelings were beautiful, and it should never go past this point ever, because there's the fear of something bad possibly happening in the distant, unseen future.
I'm very curious about what something bad might be happening, because I'm not sure where the show is going to go at this point, because we've wrapped up Banana-chan's arc, and she has...
Well, there's something I don't think that's really wrapped up, because... There's one question that's still left in my mind after the whole thing, because during her fight with Karen, Karen and Banana-chan have a stage girl battle, which in this entire series is the shortest battle of the entire series. Like, Karen makes easy work of her, absolute simple work of her. It's like, wow.
Yeah, Hikari was having a lot of problems battling Banana-chan, but Karen just kind of dismantles her.
Yeah. And it's like Karen, like even Banana-chan was going back in on it, like looking back on it. She was off the board. She wasn't even there. She basically, what do they call that? Gate crashed. And just is moving, is skyrocketing up the list.
Well, she said that what happened is that Karen was at the bottom of the rankings.
Right.
Because Hikari was not there at all.
Right. And then Hikari showed up.
Well, before Hikari showed up, what happened is that she got instantly eliminated and never recovered from that and was out of the rankings entirely.
Well, the way it sounded like is that she was never part of the stage girls to begin with.
Well, I took it because they did have her down at number 8, and then it kind of went blank.
Number 9, because there's 9 girls for the show.
Yes, there's 9 girls, but before Hikari showed up, there were only 8. So she was down at number 8, and then got eliminated, and then never really recovered, and just put herself out. But because Hikari showed up, it really inspired her to do this Starlight stuff, and then, like you said, she gate crashed.
Right. But the thing is, while they're having the fight, and the thing that's still leaving a question for me, Banana-chan talks about how this performance is her performance. It was her favorite performance. It was her favorite year, and all that. But she obviously seems to hate Starlight. She hates tragedies. She absolutely despises the fact that it's a tragedy, and she doesn't like Starlight because of it. But she's talking about how it's her favorite year. It's her, it's like it was full of these memories and this, that, and the other. But she hates Starlight.
Well, I think you can justify that she hates the play itself, but she likes the memories she had with her friends building up to that.
True, and actually, it was actually very interesting. Even though none of the girls, even Juna, her roommate, have any recollection of the past happenings, Juna actually talks about, because of what Bananas says. Like, Bananas actually admits that even though she wanted to have an exact reoccurrence of the same show each and every time, she admits each iteration she made a change here, made a change there. You know, every time she added a little thing to it.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly 100% replicated in each run that she did.
Yep.
It was different each time.
Yep. So even she subconsciously was not happy or what would you call it? What's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
Not contempt. Content.
Content.
Yeah, she wasn't content, with it. She subconsciously wanted to push herself every time, change things, make things better every time. So even she was going against her own wishes, her own thing that she wanted, that she won and was granted to her. She was going against it herself.
Well, I guess in the end, she just really didn't know herself because I guess at the same time she wanted to move on, even though she wasn't allowing herself to move on.
Right. And it was great characterization because it actually felt like something a child would do. A child who's still growing emotionally, but they still have those simple wishes. I want things to always be happy, always want things to be, never to be sad. So it's fantastically written. I really appreciate it for that.
So Banana Chan to me feels like she's actually the main character of the show rather than Karen.
She would be, yeah, of a different show. There's actually a different show in the show.
Because they've done a lot more coverage on this character than any of the other characters in the show up to this point.
That's not true. They did a lot of coverage of Karen and Hikari. They've done a lot of it throughout the series. It's just the past 3 or 4 episodes have really laser focused in on Banana.
Well, outside of Karen and Hikari.
Oh, yes. Okay.
This has been the most covered character in the show.
Absolutely.
And I feel like she is still the best character in the show.
Absolutely. But it's like you said, her arc's done. They brought it to its conclusion. All we have left is the tragedy. We have Karen, we have Hikari, and we have the hinted tragedy.
Yeah, so they said that next episode is going to be the last of these stage girl battles, and after that we have 2 episodes left. So where are they going from there?
I don't know. So
we're gonna, I guess they're gonna actually do the play or whatever.
Yeah, they're gonna have to at some point. I mean, they sort of. I don't know. That's another thing that was great about this episode. They sort of ran through the play. They actually ran through Starlight.
Yeah, they did run through the play, and it was definitely a tragedy.
Oh yeah.
Nothing good came of it.
Nope.
And I do like the characterization of how Karen described the book.
Oh,
that had. how exactly did she put it?
I can't remember.
It's big, it's heavy, and it's...
Oh! It's big, it's heavy, and it's depressing. I love it.
Yeah, it's big, it's heavy, and depressing.
I love it.
What?
Oh, God, that was great. So, like I said, we got one more Stage Girls battle. Jeffrey even says the final audition is coming up. And... We know where it's going. We know it's gonna have to happen, but what's gonna happen? How's it gonna happen?
So obviously, Karen and Hikari are going to triumph over Maya and Claudine and take the top spot.
You think it's gonna be a 2-on-2?
I don't know, actually.
That'd be interesting.
I don't know because they've mainly been one-on-one battles, even though there's been multiple battles going on at the same time.
Right.
So I don't know how they're going to happen. Maybe it will be a 2-on-2.
Or it could be 2 simultaneous. It could be Hikari and I was gonna say Claudine, but that's Hanebado. The French girl, and then a rematch.
That is Claudine.
Oh, this is Claudine. Oh, yeah. That wasn't Claudine and. Okay, never mind. And then Maya versus a rematch of Maya and Karen again. So
I have no idea. I guess we'll just have to wait for the preview, which they decouple from the episode for whatever reason.
So we'll see that next week. I'm looking forward to it. This show is one of the shows that I'm really looking forward to every week.
Yeah, and it's criminally underwatched. On my anime list, it's at there's only like 20,000 people that have this on their list, and
that is criminally low.
The good news is that Banana Chan, it was Banana Chan, right? Actually popped up on the
oh yeah,
or maybe it was Review Starlight itself. Popped up on the top 10 charts in Japan. Unfortunately, it's still under Angels of Death.
Unfortunately, I'll never understand the love for that. Anyway, we got to move on now. Review Starlight. Looking forward to that next week. But there's something even more we're looking forward to, and that's to talk about our number one. And number one this week is Arnold Schwarzenegger's Commando.
Yes, great 80s movie.
It is. It's a fantastic 80s movie. And apparently, it's also a fantastic anime called Banana Fish. Because, dear Lord, this episode descends into madness real fast and doesn't leave.
Yes, there is justice for Shorter.
Yes.
Best character, RIP 2018.
Press F for respect. Press
We
F.
need some more Fs for
Everyone
Shorter
press
down
F.
there.
Come on. Write in the comments. We need all the Fs. Fs for Shorter. So, actually, I found that funny. Like, even the description in this episode was like, if you hadn't been following and you're just reading the descriptions of the episodes, it's just like, hey, you want spoiler? Spoiler!
Yeah, that was a real dick move on Amazon's part.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, Shorter's dead.
Yeah, first words. Shorter with Shorter dead. It's like, well, if I was a few weeks behind, that would have been a total spoil for me. Thanks.
Thank you for spoiling the show for me. You know, why don't you just write the whole synopsis of the 24 episodes coming in for us?
Yeah, really. So, Ash is justifiably distraught. And Yut Long comes in and just sort of like, hey, here's the key. I'm gonna put it in your pants there. Key in your pants. And Ash is like, I'm gonna kill you. He's like, yeah, you probably are. I've never seen anyone just sort of like accept their inevitable death.
He's like, yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yep.
We could have an epic kung fu battle later.
I love it. Even as Yut Long leaves, he goes, you know, next time we meet, that'll be the time you'll kill me. Bye!
Good job, Ash. So Ash breaks himself out after that point.
With gymnastics.
Yeah,
some mad gymnastic skills.
Yeah, Ash is just good at everything.
Yeah, Ash is, you know, I want to say he's, you know, like the sort of Mary Sue character. He's like best at everything for like no apparent reason. But I think they've actually said that Golzine gave him education and books and, you know, training and stuff like that. So, but we never saw it. But it's implied.
Well, it doesn't matter because he's completely overpowered.
Mm-hmm.
Breaks himself out. Breaks
Max Lobo.
Max Lobo free, who is a war veteran from Iraq.
Yes,
which is a very important point.
Yes, very important. And then AG's again. What is that guy's name? I can never remember his goddamn name. The older guy was with AG.
He's a Chaperone Chan.
It's Chaperone. Chaperone Kun.
Yes.
Yeah. So they Chaperone Senpai.
No, I
Senpai?
like the Chan because now it makes him a woman.
Well, they already did that with Arthur thought that Yut Long was a woman.
Yes.
But we'll get there. So they get out, and the first thing they come across is something that needs a key code.
Yes, it needs a like the right combination on a pin pad.
And, you know, fucking Ash Lynx has broken into the Matrix and knows the fucking code. And bing, 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 bing.
Yeah,
and
so he gets it like the first or second try.
the first try, just bloop, 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 bloop. Shing. And it's a fucking armory with... What fucking weapons were those? This is supposed to be set in the real world. What? They look like something I would see in fucking Halo.
It doesn't matter because there are a bunch of automatic weapons with grenade launcher attachments on them. Ash takes them.
And
Max Lobo takes one.
I mean, this grenade launcher on this assault rifle apparently has a button to switch different types of grenades. Because at one point Ash shoots it, and it shot a gas grenade. And the second time he shot it shot an explosive concussive grenade. So, I mean, this is a weird gun. This is a very weird gun.
But with this gun, Ash goes on an unstoppable rampage around Golzine's mansion.
A la Arnold Schwarzenegger in Commando. He is Arnold Schwarzenegger. The most he got was a graze across his arm. I think actually Arnold got worse than that in Commando.
So Ash is definitely damaged, but he got all the damage before breaking free. Because he has cuts and everything all over his body.
Yeah, but I mean,
they're
like,
fresh wounds.
Like, he got one fresh wound from this escape attempt. He only got one, and that was a graze on his arm.
But from the escape attempt, when he's facing multiple attackers with guns, he barely gets hurt at all.
So, Singh and his Chinese friends find out that Ash killed Shorter. They're not happy about that.
Yeah, they don't have the information, and they're like, they don't have the information that Shorter was on Banana Fish,
yeah,
and was going just completely insane.
That was basically a mercy killing,
and that Ash had to do the mercy killing on him. They don't have that information, so they hear that Ash has killed Shorter, and they're like, "Oh, if that's true, we're going to get ourselves some revenge."
Yep. Meanwhile, Ash meets up with his gang, and they proceed immediately to the garage to reenact their favorite scene from Street Fighter 2. There's just, like, destroy all the cars so they can't follow us. So they do. Except for one. Except for one car.
The one car.
The badass red car.
Which apparently is Ash's?
Yes. Goldstein's birthday present for his 16th birthday. Goldstein treated him pretty well, despite the rape.
What?
Despite the rape, he gave him the best of educations and fucking gave him this what looks like $100,000 car and all kinds of other material possessions.
That does not excuse what
I didn't say it excused him.
Come on, man.
I didn't say it excused it. I did not.
Treats him pretty well. Whatever.
You know what I meant. I didn't say care, physically or emotionally.
Golzine's an asshole.
Oh yeah,
and,
the day the episode comes when Ash can finally put a bullet between his eyes, it's going to be a fantastic day. But
will Ash be the one who puts the bullet between his eyes?
He better. All I know is that so Ash gives AG to this gang and says, I love it. He's like, don't you leave him alone until I get back. And I love Alex. The dude in his gang named Alex is sort of like, okay. And AG basically professes his love without using the word love for Ash. I'm pretty sure he just professed his love.
I'm pretty sure he professed it back in episode 1.
No, I think this is like, it's been implied, but I think AG just straight out said it without saying it. And then Ash goes back into the house to finish off everyone else left there, apparently. And then it cuts over to, like, Yut Lung finds Arthur first.
It's not Arthur, it's the scientist.
Yeah.
Because Arthur, isn't that the
that was
Saiyan guy?
No, Abraham.
Abraham.
Abraham. Yeah, he finds Yut Lung and Abraham meet up, in which Abraham thinks he's a woman.
Yeah, he's like, some woman pricked me with a needle. I'm not going to get over this, anesthetic acupuncture. Like, there's just bullshit written all over that.
I don't care because it's set up for one of my favorite scenes of this episode. Because Ash comes down, it's in the laboratory, and he looks over and he sees Shorter's mutilated body. Abraham and his brother have been, carving his brain up.
With a drill.
Yeah, that was the weird part. And, he loses it, begging for his life. He's like, I know I was wrong, but I should be allowed to just, to make right my wrongs. Please don't kill me. And then Ash proceeds to unload an entire clip into the fucker.
Yeah, so he puts his entire magazine into this guy, and, I was really rooting for him to reload and then put another magazine into it.
But he didn't.
But he doesn't. He just kind of gets very mopey and is like, I'm in a bad mood now.
And gives Shorter a Viking funeral. Without the boat.
And then Singh breaks in
Yep.
and is like, oh my god, is that Shorter?
You
Fight me now.
I love, it's like, you killed Shorter. Fight me. And Ash is like, I'm in a bad mood. Go away.
Yeah.
And then proceeds to lay him out, but then lets him leave. And did Yun-Lung kill all of Singh's men? Was it implied that he killed them all? Or had them
He
killed?
said that they might all die or something.
Well, he said, you have
He's
two
like,
choices.
Come with me or
stay here and die with the rest of your rest of your friends.
I guess he was implying that they were going to get trapped by Golzin's men or something and
Oh.
all killed. I
Okay.
don't
know. So it
I don't
sounds
know
like
why they would just stand around and let that happen. Like their average IQ must be really low if they're not focusing on getting it, focusing on escaping at that point.
So Yun-Lung apparently has plans for Singh. Singh asks why. He's like, why did Ash kill Shorter? He's like, I'll tell you someday. And Ash grabs his...
But what if Ash kills Yun-Lung before he can tell
Oh,
him?
maybe. There we go. This is so Game of Thrones. I swear to fucking God. It's anime Game of Thrones.
It's exactly like when Ned tells Jon Snow, we'll talk about your mother next time we talk. But that never happened.
So,
My best
Listen.
fan theory, Yun-Lung is fucked.
yeah, I'm pretty sure Yun-Lung knows he's fine. He said himself, he's like, yeah, I'm ready to die. He's fully ready for Ash to kill him. So, I think Yun-Lung wants... Well, Yun-Lung obviously has, in the last episode, or the episode before, he has a vendetta against one or more of his brothers for killing his mother.
Yeah, I'm not sure how his vendetta works out, though, because he's like, I'm going to tell this brother to fuck over the other brother, and then fuck that...
Yeah, that was... Yeah,
his plans are just kind of convoluted.
Yeah.
He's got some Wile E. Coyote plans going on here. They're so deranged that we can't understand them.
Yeah. So, what was it? There was one scene that actually got me corrected. I completely skipped past it. We both fell over.
It was at the
the
door.
hole. Yeah.
It was at the door
So,
with the hole.
Yeah. When Ash is going through looking for AG, he goes up to try and open this door, and bullets come through it. And they're like, oh shit! He goes through, and one blast sort of blows a perfect circle in the door. So when there's
The audience knows these guys are dead.
So when the shooting stops, and they're like, oh, did we kill him? You go to check the door. Ash goes up to the door and realizes, oh look, that hole they blew in the door is the exact size of my grenade launcher. Puts it up to it. Boom. Boom!
And I'm surprised one of those guys actually survived. And then, he survived for like
Yeah,
a few seconds longer.
It was the dude who captured them in San Francisco.
Oh yeah, he's like, Max Lobo said he wanted to put a bullet through your head, so he killed him.
Yep. Specifically with a bullet through the face. And, yeah, so this episode was just, let's pretend you're watching Arnold Schwarzenegger's Commando, and it just suddenly turned into an anime. That's what this episode was. And it was, it took us right back to our childhoods watching 80s, 80s action movies. That's what it was. It was an 80s action movie.
Exactly what it was. They don't make movies like this anymore where a dude just goes on an unstoppable rampage, drops one-liners, and it's just a blast to watch.
It absolutely was. This episode was an absolute blast. To be perfectly honest, I had a hard time deciding whether I really liked this, Banana Fish or Review Starlight better this week. But I ultimately decided this episode should be higher. And he gave me the final decision because I was fretting over it. I eventually decided this should go at number 1 because it was far more fun. It was far much more fun. God damn.
Well, to defend that, I don't feel like Review Starlight was as strong as it has been in the last 2 episodes. So it kind of slunk.
Yeah, for me, I thought it was
Slump
stronger.
down.
I thought it was very strong, personally.
There's
but-
no way that was stronger than episode 7.
What was episode 7?
That's when we first learned that Banana
Oh, the temporal loop.
is starting the time loop.
Okay, granted, I will grant you that. That was the series' greatest, strongest episode.
That's
yeah.
like the zenith.
Yes.
Like if
I'll give you
whatever
that.
comes out after that tops it, okay, but
But anyway, like I said, at Review Starlight, finishing Banana's arc, it was a great arc. I loved it. I felt for it. It was a great series. But like I said, this episode won out because it was just far more fun. It was just so much more fun. Oh.
yeah, this is one of those shows that I just like following just because of how messed up and fun it is.
But did you notice there was something missing this episode? There was one thing in this episode of Banana Fish that's been in every other episode of Banana Fish that was not there.
Whatever could you be talking about?
Implied rape. There was not a single scene where it was implied that off-screen someone had just been raped.
Well, it can be implied that Ash did a lot of raping of Golzine's men.
Yeah,
Like
in a sense, yes. So, yeah, that's with that little thought, that's our list for this week, guys. Once again, Banana Fish comes out on top because it continues to prove it is a fantastic fucking show. And with that, we're going to end this episode here. Oh, goodness gracious. We are really enjoying these. Like I said, about half the series we chose this week, I was very weary of. But I'm finding myself really enjoying this season.
Well, you know, we're coming into the final few episodes.
Yep.
Three episodes left in most of the shows. We were behind on Hane Bado because it was a week ahead of us, and we were just going behind a week so that we would finish it at the same time as everything else.
Yep.
But now we're caught up with everybody else on that one, so we're just three more episodes and we're at the end of the season, and
Yep.
I'll be happy to see conclusions to some of these, but we know Banana Fish will be going on beyond the end of the season, and I don't have any more to add other than that, because I'm looking forward to next week because I want to see what happens in Review Starlight.
Yes.
I want to see what happens in Banana Fish because
Yes.
this show is crazy. Joshin-chan is a solid comedy.
Yes.
And
Joshin-chan is just, and you said it before, and it's totally true. When you said it, I was like, I've been thinking about it. You're absolutely right. It is anime Zim. It absolutely is.
Yeah.
It's so much fun to watch.
Maybe doesn't have the production
No.
values of it because Zim went way over budget, but
Yeah.
hopefully we get better, because they've run out of content, and they've run out of content.
Yeah. So, and Cells at Work is continuing to prove itself kind of patchy, but still fun to watch. Even if it does feel like it's completely, like somebody took all the episodes, put them on a card deck, and then played 52 pickup, and it was just like, that one, and then that one, and then that one over here.
Yeah, the storyboarding in that show is just whack.
And Hane Bado,
Needs to get back on track.
yeah, it does, because it was so good for so long, and it was getting really good, and then it just sort of was like, and now we're gonna go over here. It's just so...
And now for something completely
completely
different.
different. Well, guys, that was what we thought about this week. If you agreed with us or disagreed with us and or anything we said today, put it in the comments below. If you enjoyed this episode, please let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, share it, or you can click on the invitations for other videos we've done. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you all next time.